Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another one of my album reviews, and it is Alice Cooper time, and it is time to get weird and funky with Alice Cooper. Now, I recently covered the Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go, which is technically a bootleg. It is not official Alice Cooper merchandise. And neither is this cluster of discs, which is all the same album. Oh, yeah, that's right, folks. Okay, so I got this one for Easter one year from my mom. And I want to say when I was like 15, 16, I had never heard of this album, and neither had my mom. And that's why she picked it up for me. She found it really cheap. Songs on it: Painting a Picture, Freakout song, Nobody Likes Me, I've Written Home to Mother, AC instrumental, Science Fiction, Going to the River, and Ain't That Just Like a Woman. Well, Going to the River and Ain't That Just Like a Woman aren't even Alice Cooper. But this album is also known as, let's see, this was The World of Alice Cooper, Nobody Likes Me. And then we got Alice Cooper, Nobody Likes Me. Then we got Alice Cooper, Freakout song. Oh, this post-COVID cough is killing me. No, it's not a cough. It's actually I got a dry throat. And all this talking for these reviews doesn't help. So where was it? Oh, yeah. So we had Freakout song. Then we got Freakout. And the Magic Collection of Alice Cooper. What do all these albums have in common besides the track listing? Well, they are all derivatives of this album. Toronto Rock and Roll Festival 1969. And why is this album so important? Have you ever heard of the chicken incident? Oh yeah, folks. This is where the chicken incident happened, at the Toronto Rock and Roll Revival. Ain't That Just Like a Woman? Not an Alice Cooper song. Painting a Picture, that is. Group instrumental. I've Written Home to Mother. Freakout song. Going to the River, not Alice Cooper. Nobody Likes Me, and Science Fiction. Now, out of all these songs, only one of them uses the official real name, and that is Nobody Likes Me. And believe it or not, Nobody Likes Me was only available on this variation, or these variations of bootlegs, or the Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go album. Okay? The only way you could get Nobody Likes Me until the Alice Cooper box set came out in the late 90s. And that was the first time ever officially it was released. Basically, these were cuts that ended up on the Pretties for You album. You know, the very first Alice Cooper album. And I see why they were titled the way they were titled in here, because they didn't know how to deal with it properly. They didn't know how, you know, obviously no one bothered to take the time, and they named it off of the lyrics that were being used in the song. So when they put the song Painting a Picture in here, it's because of the words at the very beginning of the song said, Painting a Picture. You know, group instrumental, I've Written Home to Mother. Actually a song called Lay Down and Die Goodbye, which is a really long song. Which is a giant instrumental, and then at the end it's got a little part that goes, I've written home to mother, and guess where that title came from. Okay. Freakout song, you know, okay, so the whole way around, this album. Is this a good album? Is this an album that fans should have? Well, if you're able to get your hands on this one specifically, go for it. It's pretty cool. I like the artwork. nothing special about it. You know, like there's nothing. There's nothing special or unique or anything like that about the vinyl or anything that comes with it. It's pretty standard affair. You know. It's in pretty good shape. Obviously, it's been played next to none because it's not an album you want to play too often, really, honestly. And it's weird the way that they try and credit the lyrics or the songs on here. I'm just noticing this, the way that it's written on here. Going to the River is listed as Riley Robert Stanley. I don't remember who it is. I'd have to check online and I'll pop it up on the screen during editing. Who it is that originally does it. Because the two songs that are not Alice Cooper songs were done by the same person. And then you got Nobody Likes Me, which is listed as R. Phillips for Uni Chapel Music, which makes absolutely no sense because it's an Alice Cooper song. Then you got Science Fiction, which is David Gary Wortman for Sun Muse Music, which makes no sense because it was an Alice Cooper song. And when I say Alice Cooper, I mean the Alice Cooper group. I don't mean Vincent Fournier, who later changed his name to Alice Cooper. I mean the original Alice Cooper group. Let's see. Ain't That Just Like a Woman has no listing. Painting a Picture has no listing. Group instrumental, M. Spalastra, Warner Tamerlane. Makes absolutely no sense because it's an instrumental by the original group. I've Written Home to Mother, listed as R. Phillips. Uni Chapel Music, once again, makes absolutely no sense because it's part of the group instrumental, which was completely one giant song that they separated wrongly. And then finishing with Freakout song, which has absolutely no information written on it. So this album is great to have as a joke. And the reason I have ended up with so many variations of it is a lot of people, they'll go and they'll look by covers. So as I mentioned, this one was an Easter present. I know where it was bought. It was bought at a store I used to work at before I worked at it. And my sister found this one in Germany, and she was pretty sure I had it. And it's really weird because here it's got Ain't That Just Like a Woman, Fournier. Painting a Picture, Fournier. Nobody Likes Me, Phillips. AC Instrumental, Spalastra. I've Written Home to Mother, Fournier. Going to the River, Fournier. Freakout Song, Fournier. Science Fiction, Fournier. That means they're citing Vincent Fournier as opposed to Alice Cooper. But that is not true because all the original songs were always almost exclusively listed as the entire band putting it together. And then you got Freakout Song, which I picked up just for fun because it was a different variation of the album cover, and I kind of liked the artwork. I thought it was kind of interesting. In all honesty, I paid less than $5 for it. Tracy picked this one up at a pawn shop for $5. I think she got ripped off. This one was manufactured apparently in 93. Oh, let's see. I didn't even look at what years they were. Okay. So this one was manufactured, doesn't have a date on it, but from Trace Records. This one was 1990, and this is Pulsar. 1994, Retro Music. 1993, Pilz Entertainment, and that's Pilz. And then you got the Magic Collection, all right? And this one's even, this is where it gets even better, okay? So, Magic Collection. Ain't That Just Like a Woman? Demetrius Moore, Anglo Picture Music. Painting a Picture is listed as Cooper for Ezra Music Corp. Instrumental says Copyright Control. I've Written Home to Mother, Cooper, Ezra Music. Freakout, Cooper, Ezra Music. Going to the River, Bartholomew and Domino. Nobody Likes Me, R. Phillips, and Science Fiction, Barry. Nobody knows who owns the rights to these songs. Nobody. No one knows who wrote these songs, apparently. I don't know. It's all over the place. So, honestly, out of all the tracks on all those albums, believe it or not, the only one I ever listened to on a regular basis was actually Nobody Likes Me. And to the point where my band actually, like the band I played with in high school, we actually covered Nobody Likes Me. We were covering it for an unofficial underground tribute album, and unfortunately our track, even though we marked on it, it was a cassette, do not x-ray, went to the post office, everything, put everything possible on it, do not x-ray, this contains, a cassette tape on it, blah, 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 because we had to send it as a cassette, we couldn't send it as a CD at the time, which honestly was easier back in the day, and it was a 4-track cassette we sent too, so we sent the original 4-track master that we made. And no, due to the Americans x-raying the damn tape, going through customs, our tape got destroyed, and we couldn't get another copy to them in time for the production of the album, which really pissed us off. What are you going to do? So, would I recommend this album to anybody? If you can find it for $5 or less, brand new, not used, brand new, go for it. If you're a hardcore collector like myself, some of the artwork on those are pretty cool. I've seen a few different variations of it outside of the ones that I have that are really cool. But out of all the ones I've seen, this one here is still my favorite of all the artwork. I think this one's kind of the coolest looking. In some ways it's the most simple, but I think it's the most coolest. I like the drawing on here. And it says Steve Hunter did the drawing on the back of the album. Now, I don't know if that is the Steve Hunter, as in the guitarist that played on Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare album, along with several others. Steve Hunter is awesome. Unfortunately, the poor dude has gone blind, which is why he doesn't play live anymore. But dude is a killer guitarist. I'm not sure if it's him or not that did the artwork. I would love to know. I should check out whether or not that was him. But those are my thoughts. Those are my views. This was something different I wanted to do for this review, just to do something different. I've now basically covered, not all, but the majority of my bootlegs for Alice. I don't do a lot of Alice bootlegs because a lot of Alice bootlegs just aren't worth having. So yeah, folks, let me know what you think. That's what the comment section is for. Leave me a comment. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Patreon link below as well. Peace, love, take care.